Here's Carlos Santos ready to get this one started. And off we go from Houston. On the return, it's Damian Pierce. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he's going to be dropped behind the line. Terrific push defensively. They came out of the locker room ready to go.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
A short throw pulled in by Schultz. Call it a gain of 13. It's good for a Texans 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes
looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. But this is taken in by a teammate.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least
that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyreek Stevenson. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
The Bears are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This is how you drop your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
They'll run with Swift. He'll get maybe a yard down to the 4-yard line. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. One more time, they try Swift. And he'll get about halfway there to gain a 2, down to the 2. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. He's got his big tight end. Cole Kmet, touchdown Bears. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. It's second down.
Just doesn't seem to me right now that he's seeing the field very well. I mean, that last possession results in the pick. You'd expect him to come back out here and be a little bit more careful with the ball, find easier completions, find the better matchup. And instead, he puts the ball back in harm's way, and he's lucky that wasn't another interception. Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway. Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. Now we get whistles. Time has run out. The first quarter has come to an end. They'll run. It's Swift. And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. Working out of the gun. Here's Williams. Open man. That's Rome Odunze. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's a run. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
He pulls it in around the 5.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
They'll try to run with Swift, and he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front, and he's in. DeAndre Swift, touchdown Chicago. Santos for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bears move out on top, 14-0.
Santos to kick off for Chicago.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll be second down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
They try to set up a screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock.
And for the third time in this first half, he's been intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And here we go from Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Alert! Alert! Go!
Drive begins with a run by Johnson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. To throw is Williams. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And they're going to hold him down just shy of the 40. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down. Now here's Williams. That throw finds Kmet. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Here's 2nd and 5. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Steelers force the turnover on the first series of this game.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. really on both sides of the ball. You watch defensive coaches preach all the time when they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was the practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
Angel.
First play, Fields letting it rip. Throw secured by George Pickett. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. George Pickens the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Steelers offense staying put. They'll go for two. And he's got a man, complete. And he'll get in. That gives him an 8-0 lead. Wow, what a determined effort there, Brock. We all thought he was going down short of the line, but he fights through the tackle, and the try is successful.
I like that word, determination. It was determination with a capital D. When you get the ball in front of that goal line on these 2 points, you could just feel that entire defense converge. But his effort, his want to, and that determination got them the 2 points.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
At the 60, go!
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. He lays out over the middle to bring that one in. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Komet brings it in. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he gets this one down to the 30-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have second down and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Second and 3 now. Williams will look to throw. Throwing deep for the end zone. Too much on that, and it sails through the end zone, incomplete.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Ooh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's fourth down.
You know, these third and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. A time on third and short, they can't get the job done.
Williams throwing on fourth. He finds him beyond the marker. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That big fourth down call is how we close out our first quarter. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears start to fight back for their first points of this game. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one right down the middle. And the Bears could have gone for two in the tie, but they choose to trail by one. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Fields. That throw finds Pickens. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First down throw for Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. This is ahead for about 5. Tyreek Stevenson getting up to track that one down. From the 42. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Fields on 3rd. This ball's caught by Pickens. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Steelers in a spot to potentially go for it here. Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Quick pass left side. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Another throw for Fields. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignments, hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Throwing throwing again on second down. Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. They've got a man in motion. They're going to throw it on third and long. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And they're going to be stuck with a fourth and long.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target and make a play on it.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Fields now on fourth. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on fourth and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming. And it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum swing for this defense.
He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4. Let's go. At their 48-yard line.
From the 48. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
An 11-yard loss on the play. Brings up a 3rd down.
Working from the gun, Williams. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Steelers break the defensive stand and come through with a turnover in the final moments of the half. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, kid. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen, taking the ball away.
He'll throw it. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge? There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. And maybe time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Looking to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. One last play before the break. Slot man motioned over. Throwing it just before halftime. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw Fields. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed a linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Now we're running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
Here we go.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Fields on first down. Throw complete to Warren. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered, and that's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off the first down.
Now motion him out of the backfield. On first and 10, it's Fields. It's caught. Warren. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him first and goal.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
This offense in position now. It's first and goal.
Here we go. It's you.
Up the middle, here goes Patterson. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. Quick throw left side, complete. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
Chris Boswell for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers grow their lead to 8. Now Boswell on to send this away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Escapes the pocket. Now here he goes. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Williams from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Third and long for him here. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Steelers will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's the Steelers with the ball. They're leading, but not by a lot. All right, here we go. Second down.
Here we go, son.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
Third and just 2 to go. Left side, gets it out quick, and it's caught. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. They send a man in motion. Working inside the red zone. They did it! He made the interception! And the Bears have some new life in the fourth! There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
And he's tackled for a short gain. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. To throw, Williams. He's throwing deep to the left side. Yet another interception, and that could be what does it. Minka Fitzpatrick has got it. And the Steelers have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks him up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Warren. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
This is Patterson on the give. And that hit stuffs him in his tracks. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Motioning left is their running back. Here he is to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Motioning the tight end now. On the handoff, Patterson. And he'll get this forward, and he's stopped at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Don't jump. Ready? Jump. Mayday. Stop on that. Stop getting stuck.
Right back to Patterson now. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Bears decide to call their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Here we go.
Running back, motioning right. Back to throw it. Got a man, Patterson has it. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pass it down close. Pick up a few as he heads out of